Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV. Elliot Eastwick is back in the City Predictor hot seat. How are you, mate?
I'm good. It's been a while, man.
It has. It's been like a month. I've been on holiday, you've been on holiday, getting beautifully tanned.
Yeah.
And it's been the international break as well, so there's been no City Predictors for a while now, but it is back and we are back in our rightful seats. But we're going to do the Pick the Team, the City Predictor and all that kind of stuff after, obviously, the FanDuel team. You've been killing it, haven't you?
I have been killing it, yeah. The weekend before the international break, I made 45 quid.
Beers on you.
The beers are on me. Yeah. I just, it was one of them. The key to it, actually, I'm not giving away my secret. No way.
What a pro. That is a man who takes his FanDuel seriously.
Yeah.
This is the team that we've gone for this week then, helped by Paul as well. Thanks, Paul, for your expertise in there and Elliot's expertise. They didn't let me get involved because I know nothing about this. I'm rubbish at it. But go on, Elliot, who we got then? So we've got...
we've got we'll start the back. Bravo in net. It's a good shout.
Passing around points.
Yes, he's passing. You know, he's creating chances even right from the back. He's starting off the play. He's making some decent saves. Everton playing. Of course, we're playing Everton.
John Stone's up against his old team, so I think he'll play well there. I'm sure he will do. He makes sense. Alonso made his fight. He's only played a couple of times for Chelsea, but he was really good the other day. So they've got Leicester, and I thought we just put him in because he's nice and cheap. And Danny Rose, he's always good for points as well. Fullbacks in general, aren't they? Fullbacks tend to be.
Yeah, and so the way Tottenham have been playing really well, haven't they? So he's a great shout.
And then to midfield, Fernandinho is Fernandinho. Not more needs to be said than that. MacArthur, he's a good player. He should be all right.
He's a bit of a gamble. Crystal Palace haven't been playing particularly brilliantly, but he's the kind of player that picks up points in FanDuel.
Yeah, he's always good for an assist, potentially.
Yeah.
And then the two Spurs men who were just obviously, once again, Spurs are on fire at the moment. They taught us a lesson the other week.
Yeah, Son was terrific, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Ericsson is a goal as well, potentially waiting to happen there. Then up front, I'm hoping Liverpool are going to batter United. I've got a feeling they generally might, and that's not even been a bit of Bertie. I think that actually might happen.
No,
so Firmino is he's in fire at the moment as well.
He's picked me up points, actually. When I played and won, I had Firmino in my team.
And then Nolito, Aguero has been... dropped to our FanDuel substitute bench. He needs a rest.
He needs
a rest.
Yeah, so Nolito scored for Spain in the internationals, didn't he? So
a Galazzo, as they say over there.
That's right.
And then Sanchez, Arsenal started life very well this season, and he's in the team. So that is our team. Blues, what is your team? Get in the comments. Let us know who you picked for your FanDuel 11. And now we're going to go on to the City Predictor and the Pick the Team. So we've got Everton after our first defeat of the season. It feels like ages ago we lost to Spurs now, doesn't it?
It absolutely feels like ages ago. The international breaks are...
I'll cut you there before we
Nobody
get
enjoys it, do they?
But yeah,
proper football's back.
Proper football. I can't wait for this weekend's game, and it's going to be very, very good. Hopefully, we'll get the 3 points, and I think we should do in general. Everton had started the season really well, but they've lost a few games now. They drew.
I think they drew and lost their last two.
They lost to Bournemouth and Norwich in the League Cup, and they drew as well. So their form has dipped a tiny bit in the way that ours potentially has. Yeah. Pep actually said as well that he was looking forward to, he said jokingly, getting that kind of losing this first game, so the pressure would be off him. I'm sure he wasn't happy against Spurs.
I was really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to lose.
I love it when we lose.
But how are you feeling ahead of the
game? Confident, yeah. But I know what you're saying about Everton, about them having a little spell there where they're perhaps with. But they're still fifth in the table at the moment, and they are a good side, and they have been a bit of a bogey for us in the past. Under Mancini, we always struggled against Everton.
Koeman's done well, hasn't he?
Koeman's done great.
Yeah, he's obviously got links as well with Guardiola. He said that when he was a player, Guardiola was always asking questions about positional space, about tactics, and all that kind of stuff. He was very intuitive then, and obviously they go back a long way.
There's a lot of respect for each other, isn't there?
Fair play to Koeman. He's done really well in the Premier League so far, and he deserved the job at Everton. He's improved them exponentially than Martinez has, and this is going to be a difficult game. I think because we're at the Etihad, I'm feeling pretty confident, and I think he's had 2 weeks to get it right, but it won't be easy. No,
and we've had injuries and people out and stuff. I know we'll get onto this in a moment, but there's a couple of players that are back in training, which is a nice surprise.
But that will reveal that.
We will.
Yes, we'll reveal that. But in goal, it's going to be Claudio Bravo, isn't it? That makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right back is an interesting one because obviously Sanya picked up a little knock during the internationals, the goddamn internationals. And so is it going to be Zabaleta? I reckon Maffeo could actually be in for a chance when we've got the Barcelona game as well.
Yeah, well, you think he's more likely to start Zabba at the Barcelona game and start Maffeo in this?
I think I would personally, and we all know my persuasion towards giving the young lads a chance, but
yeah,
I would start Maffeo, but then again, I'm not Guardiola, and I think he probably will play Zabaleta.
I think he'll start with Zabba, and then, I mean, it's not likely he'll substitute him.
No.
If he's...
Should we put Zabba there?
I would say put Zabba there, yeah, I would say. It's a reasonably important game, and it's not a game we want to lose. Pep certainly doesn't want to lose 2 on the bounce.
No, definitely
just
not.
for reputation as much as anything.
Well, he'd be a fraud there, wouldn't he?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Totally. Sack him. If we lose this, sack him. But then to defence, it's going to... I honestly think it'll be Stones and Otamendi. Company, apparently, is back in training. Came back in training on Tuesday because of Dr. Kugat, whoever he is. He's one of those mad scientist doctors.
Doctor...
Where are you going with this?
Dr. Alban or Dr...
Yeah, nice.
Dr. Pepper.
It's like Dr. Pepper.
He's a mythical doctor.
He's a mythical doctor who does mad stuff. But he's basically got Vincent Kompany.
He's fixed Vinny.
I will say that. I'll come back in a month. We'll see what happens there.
He's fixed De Bruyne as well.
Apparently, yeah. De Bruyne has been back in training alongside Kompany since Tuesday. So they both... Well, De Bruyne more so than Kompany. They've got an outside chance of being involved.
Yeah.
So we'll get on to De Bruyne in a bit. But I think it's fair to say for now, Stones and Otamendi are probably going to start, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Then left back. Now, this is the thing. Would you drop Kolarov after 2 pretty poor games?
Yeah.
You would?
I would, but I'm not sure Pep will, because Pep can see something in Kolarov that we've all seen in those games where Kolarov's played well, but we've all seen the rubbish Kolarov for quite a long time prior to that, and I don't know how much of the not that good Kolarov Pep has seen. I think Pep has seen with his own eyes a lot of great Kolarov and not a right lot of not great Kolarov.
I've got not great Kolarov now. This is interesting.
I think I think and hope Clichy will start. He's not featured that much.
Do you know what? I'm going to gazump and just take a sleep. Clichy's going to start. I'm going to say that.
You're going to say it?
Yeah,
okay,
it's done now. Yeah. It's done. So
I think you're right. I think you're right.
What are you going to do about it?
I think he'll rest Kolarov. Yeah.
Then in midfield, Fernandinho's probably going to hold, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I can't see De Bruyne starting. Yeah, I think he'll be on the bench, if anything, because it's just too much of a risk given the fact we've got Barca, given the fact that he's De Bruyne. And then that basically leaves then Gundogan and Silva, doesn't it, really, in midfield, you'd think?
Definite.
Given the fact that Gundogan has had a bit of a rest now as well, in general. He'll obviously play for Germany, but he should be a little bit fitter in general overall.
Yeah, and he's played brilliantly. He's really started to come on well, hasn't he? So you would absolutely have
he's had a kind of... He's shown glimpses of what he can do, and obviously he's had a long injury, so he's still learning to live in the Premier League, but he will get there because he's a class player. The front three tends to pick itself, I think, doesn't it? It's going to be...
Sterling, Aguero and Nolito.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think Nolito's going to be obviously back now because he's had a few games out, obviously with suspension and so on, and then he's played really well for Spain midweek.
Yeah.
Sterling's had a nice little rest.
Oh yeah, well with his injury.
Yeah, definitely.
One of those international injury. Aguero quite often has them for Argentina, doesn't he?
He apparently picked up a little bit of a knock in midweek as well. So
who, Aguero?
Yeah, a slight strain, but I think he's okay. But he had a slight strain. He hasn't been playing that well for Argentina, so hopefully
he missed a pen for him, didn't he?
Yeah, hopefully he can score another goal. He's 11 in 8 games, so he's started the season pretty well.
Yeah.
But, right, should we go on to the City predictor?
So the previous forfeit, there's been a bit of... I'm in a lot of trouble because the previous forfeit, the game, neither of us predicted anything correctly, basically. So the forfeit was something that we were supposed to both do, and that was... When we both went on holiday, we were supposed to both get as many people as we could to say, I love Brian Kidd on camera, right? We little photograph of Brian, take him on holiday, and get everybody to say, I love Brian Kidd, right? I went away, I didn't take Brian with me.
I did take Brian with me.
I left Brian at home.
I went to Rome, and I went to the Colosseum. I went to various places. I went to the Forum. I took Brian Kidd to the Vatican. I genuinely did. And I got all these people to say that they love Brian Kidd. So I'm going to play it now for you. And watch me being awkward in Italy. Here's a little intro for you. I'm actually on holiday in Rome, and I've had to bring Brian Kidd with me because I lost the City predictor forfeit. I've got to get everyone in Italy, well, not everyone, a few people that say that they love him and they declare their love for Brian Kidd, like we all do. Anyway, this is my attempts.
I love Brian Kidd.
I love Brian Kidd.
We love Brian Kidd!
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
We love Brian Kidd.
I love Brian Kidd.
Brian Kidd. TMO, Brian Kidd. Is that right?
I love you, Brian. I think so.
I love
Brian Kidd.
Elliot, Brian misses you, mate. Top that. That's what you call a burn. Basically, I actually thought...
That's the sting in the tail.
Yeah, I thought Elliot was going to do his forfeit. He didn't do it, so now a month later, it adds even more things. So basically, this forfeit, regardless of what happens, you're doing it this time. You are doing the forfeit.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as dramatic as it's going to be. We're going to do basically... I'm not going to football, and neither is he, I'm going to presume. Yeah, you've got to film yourself. Correctly. Film yourself doing 20 kick-ups. You have to get to 20 kick-ups. I know some people in the comments are going to be like...
Kick-ups or keepy-ups? Can I use my knees and my head? Or is it just got to be
that's
feet?
all right.
It's got to be feet.
Producer Paul, is that okay?
Paul, knees and head,
Paul's
all right.
giving the thumbs up.
Hands.
So basically, hopefully I don't have to do it, but he's doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough, man. If you didn't
take me a week.
But anyway, we'll go on to the actual City predictor. Right, it's goal scorer, man of the match, and final score. I'm going to just jump in once again and say the first goal scorer because I can. I'm going to choose, unsurprisingly, Sergio Aguero. Who's your going to call?
I'm going to choose Nolito.
That's not a bad shout. It also matches the FanDuel thing there. You can choose man of the match.
Oh, thanks.
It's all right.
John Stones, it's got to be John Stones. Against Everton, it has got to be. And he was so good for England the other night. He was the only good player.
I like that. It's a good shout.
Yeah.
I'm going for Raheem Sterling. He's on fire at the moment, and I just like Raheem Sterling. Then for the final score, I'm going to go for 3-1 City.
I can't get away from. I'm always so pessimistic when it comes to doing the scores, but I'm going for 1-1.
1-1.
I know, I feel bad saying that, but I'm going for 1-1 because...
Negative Eastwick.
Is that a bit negative, 1-1? I could go for 2-2, but I still think it'll be a draw. I think Everton are going to play well.
All right, well, I hope you're really wrong once again. Blues, what is your predictions? Any more forfeit ideas? What do you do making me
going around? Forfeit ideas.
Going around the Coliseum being a star? Get in the comments below. Let us know your predictions for the game. Drop a like, subscribe, and we will see you soon.